this might just be the most chilled out mountain hare ever. Hi folks, it is a winter's evening in January and I've just come up to the Highlands to visit the mountain hares again. And so I'm in the Monlieth Mountains and I've just left the car and I'm walking up the track and I'm going to try and camp in the same spot as I camped in the summer when I came to watch the mountain hares then. And if you haven't watched that video from the summer, then I'll put a little link up there for you to watch that as well, because that was quite good fun. And hopefully it'll be a bit of a contrast now, because the hares should be in their winter coats, despite the fact that there's really not very much winter anymore. I mean, there's a little bit of snow up on the hills, as I could see already, but it's really not that great. I was considering sleeping in the car, but I brought my tent and I haven't actually camped out yet this year, and I decided I'd carry the stuff up and I'll camp because I really love camping and it'll be nice to be up on the hill first thing, already there to kind of start looking for the hares as soon as I get up. So yeah, I'll head up the hill and I'll talk to you when I've got everything set up there. Alrighty, so got up the hill and finally find somewhere decent to camp. I'm actually pretty close to the track. It's a few meters up there, and the reason I wanted to find the original camping spot is because I wanted to camp quite discreetly so that I wasn't kind of too visible if other people are up here taking pictures tomorrow. I didn't want my tent to be in their pictures. But actually, if my tent's right next to the track, that doesn't matter either, because if you're trying to take a nice landscape picture showing the rolling hills, you're probably going to try and exclude the track anyway, so doesn't really matter if there's a tent next to it. Saw some hares on the way up. I tried to film them. I don't know whether that worked. They'll be on the screen now while I'm saying this if they did, and if they didn't, you'll just have to put up with me talking to you. Other good wildlife highlight though, which I forgot to say earlier when I was walking in, is when I was driving along, I did see a barn owl, and that was absolutely fantastic. It was sitting on a post on a fence as I was driving along. I managed to slow down a bit and get a look at it, but obviously if I'd stopped or anything, it would have been away. So I've got the camp set up and got myself some hot water to have a little warm drink before going to bed, and I'm going to turn in and get some sleep. Not going to get up particularly early. The nice thing about wildlife photography in the winter, of course, is that it doesn't get light until like 8:30 at this time of year now, so I'm going to have a good sleep, I hope, in here. It's a bit blowy and it's a bit damp, but I've got the kit to cope with that. That's not going to be a problem. And yeah, I'll talk to you in the morning and we'll go and see if we can catch up with some of those hares. So talk to you then. Well, good morning, and well, it was a blowy night, but I think it's calmed down a little bit now, and the weather's actually starting to look quite nice. It might even be quite bright today, which should be good. I don't actually want it to be sunny because mountain hares are white. The surroundings at the moment are very much not white. The snow's not really here, and that would present quite an exposure problem. So I've made myself some coffee and had some breakfast, and I'm about to set off to look for hares, but I don't think I'm going to have to go very far because I can already see hares just up here on the mountainside behind the tent, and I've just been watching them sitting here in my tent. I'm obviously going to want to go a little bit closer to try and take some pictures, but it's been great sitting here watching them. I've taken a little bit of video, but they're a little bit too far away for that, but they're good to just watch through the binoculars, and they've been kind of cleaning themselves and sort of sitting about, generally watching the world go by. Just have a look at this guy on the camera. That's pretty good, isn't it? Just to be able to watch a hare from your tent. Excellent. In terms of equipment, I'm going to be using the Z7 with the 500mm PF lens, and I've got it wrapped up, not in the rain cover that you've seen me using before, but actually in my old one, which I used to use on my 80-400 and then later the 200-500, which is actually a trouser leg off an old pair of waterproof trousers. And it fits really snugly, and it's sort of, I don't know, it doesn't flap about as much as the commercial rain cover that I've been using a couple of times. And I'm going to try that out today because actually I think it might work better. Not that if I'm lucky it'll be needed, because I think it might not rain, but there's always kind of like wet heather and muck that you're going to end up putting the camera down in, and it's good to protect it. So I'm making an approach towards that a hare sitting on the snow patch that I could see from the tent. And what I'm doing is I'm moving forward in small increments and then stopping, taking pictures, taking a little bit of video, and just sort of sitting about and watching the world and just making sure that the hare isn't worried about me being here. And then when I'm pretty convinced that firstly he's aware that I'm here, and secondly he doesn't care, I'll move again, and I'll try and move a little bit closer until I get close enough to start taking some kind of nice photos that I actually kind of want to keep. Initially, these photos are just so that the hare gets used to that sort of process of me pointing the camera at him and sort of going through the motions, even if those pictures probably won't be that good in the end. I definitely think I'm going to be able to get quite close to this one. It does not seem worried about me being here at all, which is fantastic. It's so nice spending time with such a relaxed animal in its environment. And it kind of feels, I don't know, feel more of a connection having camped out here last night as well, because, you know, I've kind of been living in this landscape for a little while as well now, so I kind of, yeah, I don't know if you know what I mean by that. I just sort of feel more of a connection having spent the night here, coming to kind of look at this hare, than if I'd just sort of spent the night somewhere much more comfortable and just trudged up this morning. So I'm having to be super, super careful as I approach to look out for any other hares or grouse that are hiding in amongst the heather on my approach line, because that's definitely happened to me before, that I've been approaching a subject and it's been, you know, absolutely fine, but somewhere kind of at a critical stage I've flushed something else, like another hare, that I hadn't even seen. And of course, when that runs off, the subject, the one you're actually approaching, gets spooked by that as well, and then it's all over. So yeah, that's always a danger. But so far, so good. This is absolutely fantastic. It's just not bothered by me being here at all. It's, you know, sitting there, relaxing. Every now and again, just sort of half opens his eyes to see, where's that idiot with the camera gone now? And then closes his eyes again. Fantastic. Look at this. Let me just turn the camera, if it will turn around. Here we go. was such a fantastic experience. Oh, that counts for me as a near perfect wildlife encounter. Spent time, sitting there with the hare, nearly an hour to be fair. My fingers are pretty cold now and my feet were starting to kind of get pins and needles, and I had to kind of start thinking about moving, because if I'd let my feet go to sleep, I tried to kind of creep away and just fall over and disturb it. That would have just been a kind of comedy ending to everything. But no, I spent my time, took some pictures. I hope I've got some nice photos. I've certainly got some nice video. I've got some sort of behaviour where it was kind of washing its feet. And yes, to top it all, I've managed to retreat away from the hare without causing any further disturbance or anything. It's still exactly where it was. It's sitting there. It looks very happy. I'm going to continue on my way sort of up the slope behind me a bit, and I'm going to see if I can find some more hares. I'd quite like to see some that are kind of a bit more active perhaps. I did see some boxing this morning, so it'd be quite nice if those kind of antics are still going on. But yeah, a bit of a walk would be good to kind of warm me up and see what I can find. The hares are up there. I can see some. Whew. Managed to drop out of the wind for a little bit now. There were hares up there, but it was super frustrating because they were much more skittish. They were out in the open. I was far more exposed as well. And I just kept missing shot after shot because it's so windy that I simply couldn't hold the camera still. And so there's just no mileage in trying to follow the hares up here, and I'm going to go back down into the kind of lower bit where I was earlier and see if I can find some more hares down there. But it's so beautiful up here. Despite the wind, it's actually turned out to be really quite a nice day, and yeah, I'm really glad I came up here. What a fabulous little guy that was. Yeah, he seemed like he was going to just bolt and run away when he first spotted me. And he sort of sat up and I was going to, oh, can I get my settings on for a kind of fast shutter speed to get him running away? And then he just sort of stopped and started grazing right there in front of me. Absolutely fantastic. It was really nice. I've been using the 500mm PF lens handheld now, which is exactly what it's good for. Now that I'm out of the wind. In the wind, I really couldn't hand hold it, and even on the tripod it was getting knocked around. But down here where it's a bit more sheltered, that sort of, the lightness of that lens really comes into its own. It's so much easier hand holding it, watching the hares, than in the summer, last summer when I was here, because I was using the 300 f2.8 with a teleconverter on it, and that is quite the heavy beast compared to this guy. So this might well be the next video I record after setting up that print giveaway in the video for fetching the wildlife camera and watching the stags. Now, that video actually, in terms of real time, went online yesterday, so I can't announce a winner for that now. But what we'll do is we'll just cut to me sometime in the future announcing the winner now. Okay folks, time to draw the print giveaway. I've got all the names in the hat here, and I'm just going to pick one of them out at random, and the one I've got is David Bennett, and the print you wanted was the Ardnamurchan Sunset, and I will get that printed and get in touch to send it to you. So congratulations, I hope you enjoy it. It was an absolutely fantastic trip out there. It was midsummer and we were watching minke whales that afternoon, and then the sun started to set and the colours were just absolutely phenomenal. It was really, really amazing. So I'd better send you back to the Monoliath Mountains now, and apologies for this video having taken so long to get completed and online, but moving house has been an awfully complicated business, but we're really getting there now, so it's all good. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the rest of the hares. So back to the mountains. So congratulations, whoever you are. I will be in touch and I will get the print on its way to you, and I hope you enjoy it. So I'm going to continue wandering along kind of on this level now and look for some more hares between here and the tent. And if I get to the tent without finding any hares, then I'll have some lunch. And yeah, I'll talk to you again in a bit either way. So I found another very tolerant hare. I don't know if you can see him on the Osmo, but he's, you know, just there. Just love just lying here and just watching him. He did a big yawn a minute ago, and I got some photos of that, which I'm really pleased with. I think they're going to come out really nicely.
This might just be the most chilled out mountain hare ever. I'm back with my little buddy from earlier this morning. Don't know if you can see him in this. I think you can. Yeah. So chilled out. Absolutely amazing. Marvellous. Marvellous mountain hare. It's, yeah, just don't know what to say. It's so, so nice. I've come up from a slightly different angle, so I'm a little bit more kind of in front of him, and he hasn't gone anywhere all day. This is obviously his place, and again, totally unconcerned that I'm here. I'm going to spend a few more minutes watching him, and then head back down to my tent and pack up and be out of here.
Oh, so what a fantastic day. It's been brilliant. Stop this from rustling quite that much. It's been absolutely brilliant watching the hares today. It's been so much fun. From that first hare that is still there, I can see it right now, just up there. Just chilling out with him or her, I don't really know, must be said. And then the hares up on the top. I mean, it was frustrating and I couldn't get a lot of pictures of them, but my goodness, it was good seeing them. It was great. And then, yeah, a few different hare encounters on the way back. And yeah, then another lovely half hour with this guy here. It's been fantastic. I certainly had some expectations of the kinds of photos I wanted to come away with today, and I'm a little bit frustrated that I didn't manage to get any kind of running hare footage or shots that are any good. I mean, I might be wrong. I might find that when I look through the footage on the computer that it's actually okay, but to my mind, while shooting, it seemed like I wasn't catching the action with those. But in this wind, it was just very, very difficult to do that. Incredibly pleased with the 500mm PF lens on the Nikon Z7 on this trip, because this is exactly the kind of trip that I got it for. Taking it out with me in my backpack, up a hill with my camping gear, and then going out and doing sort of wildlife photography on a location like this is yeah, it's exactly what it's for, and it has performed marvellously. It's really, really good. Yeah, I need to finish packing up now and scurry on back down to the car and get myself back down to Troon. As you'll know if you've seen my previous video, about to move house, so I can't come out for like a whole long weekend. This is just a in on Friday night, leave on Saturday evening trip. But yeah, it's so beautiful up here. I'm really would be quite tempted to stay, but for the fact, as I said, that I've got to head back. But anyway, it has been absolutely phenomenal out with the hares today, and I really hope you've enjoyed the video of it, and if you have, please like and share it, and if you don't subscribe to the channel already, please consider subscribing and joining in with this community. And yeah, I'll leave it there. Thank you very, very much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Goodbye.